A Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Los Angeles Clippers. For Los Angeles, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Well, we're going to see Doc Rivers on the sidelines tonight, and there is no doubt he's been a question for you, Kenny. How would you grade his handling of the Clippers roster during his tenure?
Well, it's never easy being both president and the team coach. I mean, think about this. That's a lot of pressure because when the coach isn't doing his job well, who fires him? Not the president. When the president isn't doing his job well, who fires him? It's tough because there's no one to manage the other person when you are both people.
You know, not every move has been a success, but no real disasters. You know, he's always been active in improving the roster, and we'll see. But he needs to win now.
Ernie, would you reprimand yourself?
I do all the time.
Would you fire yourself?
I'm always saying, why did you take this job to work with these bozos?
Oh, wow. That's not reprimand.
Kevin Harlan.
Now we're bozos.
And it's the Clippers coming in from out of town for this one. An interconference game today. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. So the Clippers win the tip. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Mbah a Moute in at the three. This season improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. Would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
And so it's the Raptors getting on the board first. Paul kicks to Griffin. Toronto grabs the miss. Carroll passes to DeRozan. To the middle. Here's Patterson. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Jordan with the screen on DeRozan. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. He's going to...
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those fun and easy.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Now here's Paul. The dish to Griffin. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. Pass to Valanciunas. Lowry against Paul. 5 on the clock. Baseline jumper. No luck. The Clippers go the other way with it. Now it's sent it down to Doris Burke, who is able to catch up with Coach Doc Rivers.
And he said a big factor in this game will be how well they're able to handle Kyle Lowry. He admitted being a fan of his game, saying he's a tough athletic guard who really competes. Defense, rebounding, attack the paint, he'll take it to you. We've got to be ready to match his motor and his aggressiveness. Kevin, are they up to it?
And thanks for that story, Doris. In the last few years, the Toronto's in the league, and Greg, you know, the Air Canada Center can sound like a 60,000 capacity crowd during the playoffs.
It is really unreal. It gives the Raptors a huge advantage here at home. Toronto and Canada will always be hockey first, but they love their Raptors here in the North.
Clippers trail by 6. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Jordan will screen. Outside Griffin. Clock at 6. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
You know, the Raptors were top 5 in attendance last season as well. I mean, fans had plenty to cheer about as the team finished with 27 home wins on the year.
And the Raptor franchise record for home wins is 30, set back in 07. And you get the feeling with the way the crowd gets into it, that record won't stand much longer.
That's good from Blake Griffin.
And guys, the Clippers last year, they were okay against the Eastern Conference, but not spectacular. You would have thought that with how well they were overall, they would have just really feasted on the East.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Rambo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, for DeMar Carroll, and Corey Joseph subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Both free throws good from Griffin. As you said with the Clippers, Greg, they did decently against the Eastern Conference. But of the Western playoff teams, Clark, they had the second worst record against the Eastern Conference.
And, you know, things like that matter, Kevin. I mean, they struggled against Eastern Conference playoff teams, went only 6-10 against those teams last year.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
The free throw drops for Pop. Well, last year, Toronto won their division and got bounced out in the first round. Same result, Clark, they had back in 2014.
Yeah, but, you know, despite that sameness, they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of the small things better in total, and I thought looked better and more cohesive as a group.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Ross in for Kyle Lowry. So it's the Clippers now. After the Raptors pick up 2. Rivers dishes to Pierce. Green, the screen. Feeds it to Rivers. Fires the 3. That drops. Rivers has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And as you mentioned, the Raptors did improve last season. I mean, they cut back on their turnovers a lot. They were top 3 in the league in terms of taking care of the basketball. This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
There's Green with the 3. And another 3 for the Clippers.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now, here's Joseph. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
And as you said, the Raptors took care of the ball a lot better and as a result had more assists. They also cut back on their fouls, and that was helpful. Little things like that made them much more competitive as a team and helped lead them to those 49 wins. Great unspoken communication between teammates leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
Screen by Scola. Ross with a wide open look. Can't capitalize on the good screen. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Crawford kicks to Green. And another 3 for the Clippers. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Joseph. Passes it to Scola. All sorts of time. The offensive rebound.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
And at the end of 1, both teams putting up some points. It's the Raptors leading by just 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And Austin Rivers making NBA history last season. His father, Doc, is the head coach, of course, of the Clippers. And he talked about what it's like to play for his dad. Always an entertaining dynamic when you have a father coaching his son. We've seen it in college basketball a few times in the past, most recently at UCLA. But this, Clark, this is a first in the NBA.
Yeah, it looks like it doesn't make any difference in the case of Doc and Austin Rivers. I mean, he's just one of the Clippers, and Doc doesn't treat him any different.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
You always like it when your team doesn't settle for outside shots, and that's been the case here early on.
Yeah, I agree with you. They've done a nice job, Greg, working it low and not taking the easy way out on offense, keeping that pressure on the defense by going inside.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for Toronto right now, the star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guard. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the 3 slot.
And for all of the improvements he's made to his game, one wonders why Blake Griffin isn't a better shot blocker. I mean, he clearly has the motor and the athleticism, but for some reason over his first 5 seasons, he's averaged only a half a block per game.
And so here's Toronto. Clippers able to drain the 3.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Griffin sets the screen for Paul. He's looking for Griffin, finds him.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Screen by Valanciunas. Lowry passes to DeRozan. Dishes it to Carroll. And Valanciunas kicks to Lowry. 5 to shoot. Raptors need to get a shot. The shot by Carroll, no good. Los Angeles has gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. And Redick kicks to Paul. He dishes it to Redick. Paul outside. Pocket 6. Griffin a screen on Carroll. Paul. DeRozan with the rebound. The Raptors have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. The 3. Patterson can't get it to go. Los Angeles has gone 1 or 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Picked by Griffin. Redick is in the corner. Wide open. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 4 assists in the game. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
A wide open look here for DeRozan. And again, unable to change momentum here. Picked by Griffin. DeRozan against Paul. He feeds it to Griffin. Toronto grabs the miss. Right side, DeRozan. Fades away. That doesn't go either for DeRozan.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Paul dishes to Mbah-a-Moute. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one on DeRozan. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
A new group in now for the Raptors. Biyombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. Powell, he's checked in for DeMar Carroll. And Corey Joseph subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. No good on the second free throw.
Well, you see Blake Griffin, and he is known for his huge dunks and ability to score, but he is a very well-rounded power forward. He's one of the best power forward passers in the league.
Now, here's Lowry. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change in the clock. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Terrence Ross is checked in for the Raptors. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Rivers in for Chris Paul. Green against Scola. They set the pick. The drive by Green, off target with the free throw line, Jay. And for Griffin in his passing, often you'll see him set up teammates, Greg, for easy looks and dunks.
And with the amount of times that teams have to double team Griffin, that's huge. I mean, even when he's not scoring due to defenses focusing on him, he can still impact the game with his passing.
Here's Los Angeles now. It's been 8 unanswered points for him, and stolen by Biyombo. Powell, the pass to Joseph. Five on the clock. Kicks it to Ross. Poked away. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. Clippers leading by 5. Rivers kicks to Crawford. Toronto grabs the miss. Joseph with the ball. 1:05 left in the first half of basketball.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Paul Pierce is checked in for Wesley Johnson. 1:04 left in the first half. Rivers kicks to Aldrich. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Clippers lead by 7. To the middle. And then Biyombo with the dunk.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Tries it from the top of the key, and it comes off the front of the rim.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Clippers leading by 3. Now here's Crawford. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Green, the screen. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Los Angeles shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Here's Biyombo. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Clippers lead by 4. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin and Dwayne. A very tight game here. What's the #1 thing you need to do in the second half to try to get out ahead and break this thing open?
Well, #1 is we got to make sure we get in a defensive disposition. You know, right now we're kind of trading buckets. We're anticipating, putting them on the foul line. So we got to play from an anticipatory style of defense, whereas we're not reacting to where they have us on our heels.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. During one stretch, they trailed by 7, never falling behind too far. They had a nice burst of energy once they got to the second quarter and ended the half holding on to a 4-point lead. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, they were consistent from downtown. The playmakers found open shooters, and the shooters delivered and knocked down shots on a high level. In some ways, it came down to confidence. We'll see if they have that same swagger in the second half.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
See, Ernie, this is what I'm talking about. You know I was the king of this. See, you got to pound that ball in the paint, and they were doing that. I like to see more of the same in the second half. Don't start shooting jumpers now.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
It's been really hard for them to try and slow down Green. He's got 8 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
Raptors trail by 4. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Mbah-a-Moute in at the small forward. You know, you work hard all season, Greg, to try and get into the playoffs, then get a favorable first-round matchup. How about the Clippers last year? Followed those steps. They're rewarded with the first-round matchup against the defending champions of the league, the San Antonio Spurs.
And not only were the Spurs the defending champions, but they came in playing terrific basketball down the stretch, which is kind of what they are noted for. And the Clippers, though, did well, even though that was the case.
Griffin, soft touch off the glass. And it's a 6-point Los Angeles lead.
Getting the half off to a good start here already with some penetration.
Carroll against Mbah-a-Moute. And Carroll gets it to go. Carroll's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, I tell you, it was a tough road for the Clippers in the playoffs. They get by the Spurs in round 1 in a 7-game emotional series, and immediately have to go up against the Rockets in round 2.
Offensive rebound. Good. And Mbah-a-Moute's got his first bucket in this one.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Lowry gets to DeRozan. Valanciunas with a screen on Redick. The feed now to Patterson. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. And Patterson drops them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Carroll dishes to Valanciunas. Patterson, the screen. 11 feet away. No good from Valanciunas.
And we all remember the Clippers would go up 3-1 against the Rockets. They had that 19-point lead in the fourth quarter of Game 6, but couldn't hold on to it and lose Game 7. And it was one of the biggest series collapses, really, in postseason history.
Andre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
And watching DeAndre Jordan, he's really refined his game over the years without losing the athleticism. He's that rubbery, long-limbed athlete that transcends age. And so far, I've seen zero drop-off in his leaping ability and quickness, but no question he's improved his skills and IQ.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
And talking about DeAndre Jordan, he is displaying an energy level that many scouts wondered if he had. Let's face it, he underachieved a bit in his 1 year in college. He knows that. But when it's come time to do it at the highest level, DeAndre has risen to the occasion.
Screened by Valanciunas. Here's DeRozan. Traps in the trade. DeRozan's got 5 points in the quarter.
And he came off that screen, and he just didn't get over the top of it.
They weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And there's the defensive 3-second call.
And what Patrick Patterson gives you guys is solid all-around play. He can help you in a lot of areas. High basketball IQ, high character, understands his role, knows his limitations, and stays within himself.
And going back to Patterson for just a moment, he's been lauded for his mature approach. Ever since high school in West Virginia, he was involved in a highly publicized recruiting battle between Florida and Kentucky, ultimately choosing the latter.
Yeah, and you know, the part of his game, Kevin, that he's really worked on is his ability to face up and shoot. Really starting to evolve into a guy that can space the floor, that space four. And when he's hitting that jumper at a high percentage, I think his value to the team goes up exponentially.
And Toronto making a change here. Joseph's checked in. Jeff Green is checked in for the Clippers. Crawford comes in for J.J. Redick.
And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
Here's Joseph. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. As you said, the Raptors with the new logo this year, Greg. Good-looking change, too, I think, Clark.
Yeah, I think it's subtle enough to not lose the continuity, but still feel fresh and new. I like that. That's a nice job of balancing the old with freshening up for the new.
He's off on the first. Powell, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. And he sinks the second. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And again, it's the Clippers missing. And here's Toronto. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Patterson can't get it to go.
I guess even he has. It's one of those once in a while.
Crawford kicks to Green. To the wing on the left. 6 to shoot. Paul with the ball. Now guarded by DeRozan. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Well, they've also really been down in with their jump shot. I mean, they have not missed much from mid-range today.
Biyombo is checked in for Valanciunas. Paul Pierce is checked in for the Clippers. Austin Rivers comes in for Chris Paul. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Clippers were so strong on the road last season. They led the league, Clark, in field goal percentage while on the road. And actually they scored more points away from Staples than in it.
Especially down the stretch, Kevin. I mean, they finished the regular season with 8 straight road wins to get home court advantage in the first round. Superb.
Clippers trail by 3. Crawford passes to Rivers. Buries it from 3-point range. Rivers has got 6 points.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Here's the screen. Here's Powell, guarded by Crawford. 4 on the shot clock. Releases. And again, no good by Toronto. LA's gone 5-9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Rivers with it, picked up by Joseph. Green, the screen. Rivers dishes to Crawford. Pierce with a wide open look. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Patterson a screen on Rivers. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. For Toronto, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And the technical free throw is good. .15 seconds left in the third. And here is Joseph. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Scola, he trains the turnaround jump shot. Scola's got the game tied up here for Toronto. That's the it's all tied up. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. LA has gone 6 of 10 from 3-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Scola out there with Terrence Ross. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Lowry in at point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Ball. After the made shot from Kyle Lowry. The pass to Reddick. Jacks up a 3. Ross grabs the board.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Takes the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Paul left side. Here is Mbamute. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Pass to Joseph. Scola sets a screen for Joseph. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Ross, an explosive young player, his specialty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Tremendous athlete, great bounce and elevation and creativity. Won the slam dunk contest as a rookie.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto. DeRozan comes in for Joseph.
Boy, that mid-range jumper is a beautiful thing to have in your bag, and they've had it going today.
And some say it's a lost art, but they're getting excellent results with it tonight.
Can't hit, and Toronto will go the other way with it.
And back to Terrence Ross. Sometimes the show he puts on is of the scoring variety. He threw in 51 against the Clippers 2 seasons ago. Great lift and form on his shot.
And that's a punch to the jaw. This game as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game, Kevin.
But, Clark, I don't know that he planned it out too far in advance. That was one of those things that just happened.
I think it was premeditated.
I really don't. I think that he's one of those guys that just plays off of instinct, and they don't mind him making those kinds of plays, even in a close game.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. The dish to Paul. Just 5 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And Mbah-a-Moute, and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Toronto have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Valanciunas with a screen on Paul. Valanciunas sets a screen for Lowry. To the inside. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. And though he's been working on his offensive skills, defense and rebounding are Valanciunas' bread and butter. That was the case with him when he was playing in Lithuania, Clark. And it's the case now.
It still sure is the case. I mean, it's hard to find a guy with his combination of size, athleticism, and fluidity. Just a tad over-aggressive at times, but I'd rather have to turn a guy down than to turn him up.
And Toronto making a change here. Carroll's checked in. That one is no good.
And watching Valanciunas rebound, it's clear he has all the tools. Great anticipation, really looks to box out. Strong vertical, might just need to add some strength to become a perennial 10-rebound-a-game guy.
Screened by Valanciunas, and he lobs it up toward the rim. Paul against Lowry. Paul kicks to Mbah-a-Moute. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And for Valanciunas, he's been working on his defensive consistency. Last year, he actually increased his blocks per game while lowering his fouls per game. That's a big step forward in his development.
Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
Absolutely. I mean, 6 lead changes here so far.
Exciting stuff.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down. And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. We can't let up now. If we stay and make a few plays, we'll be right back in it. His message was clear. Stay the course, Kevin.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. Griffin passes to Jordan, and he gets the bucket.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
Lets it go from 11. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's foul number 2 for him. Crawford dishes to Paul. He kicks to Griffin. 8 feet away. Rebounded by Valanciunas. The Raptors have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. The shot's good on the assist by Rome. I think Crawford can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Well, 8 lead changes would have you thinking that would be the case.
Yeah, no quit by either side, guys. Neither team willing to give any ground.
Crawford kicks to Paul. It's stolen by DeRozan. Here's Valanciunas. The Clippers grab the miss. And Mote's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Griffin. Los Angeles with another miss. Raptors with the lead. Outside DeRozan. Back to Lowry. Valanciunas in the high post. DeRozan, the open look. It's in!
And you like to see 6 to half now. He's finally starting to come around.
Jordan the screen. And Griffin, here we go. Nails it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Well, you know what? Griffin's got him falling in right now. That's for sure.
30 seconds left in the game. DeRozan against Crawford. Shot clock at 5. And they're in position to take the lead.
You know what? A bucket here would mean a bunch at this stage of the game.
Paul passes to Griffin. No good.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
And now they decide to foul intentional.
Had to foul on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the strike, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making.
drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, how about the nerves there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3-point split.
And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans loved it.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. We'll see you later.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMar DeRozan. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
Well, DeRozan is capable of just going off on any night. You know, his leadership, though, that sets him apart right there. DeMar leads by example, and his team feeds off that good energy.
Overall, just a rock-solid outing for him. It's hard to point to any one area of the game because he was so good on both ends of the floor. He was dialed in defensively, and that helped carry the intensity on offense.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.